y'all, I am here again with the Virus Project, and we're doing another in-person interview, which is very exciting. I'm here with John Obell.
John Obell.
John Obell.
Yeah.
And he is originally from Kenya, but he has been in Newcastle for many years.
18 years.
18 years.
Yes,
18 years. And he agreed to chat with me a little bit about what life is like for him in Australia with the pandemic, and also what is happening back in his home country, and also everything that is going on in between. So he is, I met John because he is doing a bit of a video project himself.
Yeah.
What is the name of the project?
Living abroad from overseas.
Yes, that's right. So I just was interviewed by him, which I'll include the link to in the video, and now he is being interviewed. Now you're on the other side.
I am on the other side. It's a bit interesting.
It is. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for talking to me today, John. I appreciate that. And if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about yourself and what your life was like before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, like you said, my name is John. I'm from Kenya originally.
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed here in Australia for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I came as a student at the University of Newcastle, and I basically stayed here. So I'm working for federal government at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when the pandemic came, it was a shocking. We were not expecting this.
No, yeah.
But as a federal employee,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't stop. We actually continued working because we helped the people as such. So my job involved helping people. And
So you actually probably work got more intense. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we continued working, and we didn't stop.
Because there was probably a lot of, if you're in federal government, there's a lot of assistance going out to the Australian citizens and residents and stuff like that. So you were in overdrive.
Yeah, so we just continued working. We did even, although the pandemic was there, all the other places were shut down.
Yeah.
So most of them were coming to our place to seek for assistance. So we.
And you weren't even working from home or anything?
No.
Okay.
My wife worked from home.
Okay.
Some of the staff member went to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as we are essential workers, so categorized as essential workers, so we just worked.
Just like lots of hand sanitizer and
yes,
keeping your distance.
Keeping
stuff
the
like
distance,
that.
sanitize, and just continue working,
right.
helping the community.
Right, and so professionally, your work got busier, and then it was during the time of the pandemic that you started this video series.
Yes.
As well. So did that spawn it at all, or like was it?
Yeah, because we were just like work, home, work.
Yeah. There was no more pub time.
No, social life totally closed. So I was thinking like, okay, now what can I do to get out of the house so that I can do something else? What will get me out of the house? So I thought about doing the YouTube channel so I can go interview people, and that's the idea of talking to people from overseas living here. The challenges they received when they came here and all that stuff started. So I went, bought some of the equipment, and then started.
And you've never done much like media or YouTube or anything like that before?
Zero. I've done zero of this.
But I really think it's such a cool project, and so interesting. Just the different people that you've already interviewed, and kind of paints and because they're all Newcastle based. Yeah,
most of them stay in Newcastle.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because I think there's a lot of people who have an idea of what Newcastle is. Newcastle has a bit of a reputation as being pretty Anglo, pretty white, not a lot of people from overseas, but there's actually lots of people in Newcastle.
There's lots of people from overseas.
And you've interviewed people from different countries in Africa, different countries in Asia, Japan, all kinds of places. So that's cool. And you're, even though in Australia now the restrictions have lifted a lot, there are still some, but things are getting much better compared to the United States and other parts of the world. You're going to continue doing this project?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's my side hustle, so I continue. I want to interview 275 people.
All right. Okay. Is that how many countries there are in the world?
Yes.
So one from each country?
Yes, one from each country. Although some of the people have done part 1 and part 2 of the interview. Yeah. But eventually I will have to interview 275 people.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. And can you say, and this is a little bit of a segue, so a bit of a surprise question, but of everyone you've interviewed, has there been a kind of an interesting moment or something that stuck out with you, or a specific story that you think people would particularly find interesting or engaging?
Yes.
Yeah.
I interviewed somebody from Botswana, and when he arrived here, he was told to pay bills every fortnight. Back home, they pay bills monthly.
Right.
So that one really shocked them. Where do I get money to pay these bills every fortnight?
Every 2
weeks. So that one is really a shocker to most of them. And some of them is looking for accommodation. You must have a reference or a rental history.
Right.
But if you are here for 3 days, where do you get that rental history?
If you just arrived.
If you just arrived, So it's very hard for them to get accommodation if they don't have any rental history and references from people who have stayed here for longer. So those are the things which it's very challenging for people who have just arrived from overseas.
Yeah, it's a good country to be in, but there are some challenges. There are some challenges for sure. So you kind of, it sounds like you've been okay despite a lot of things in the pandemic. You've had more work and you've started a side hustle. So you have been very proactive.
I like being busy, so that keeps me very busy.
Can you tell me, so I know you've been here for a long time and you've got a life and a family here in Newcastle, but you still have family in Kenya
I still have got brothers and sisters, and my parents are still in Kenya.
Which part of Kenya?
Nairobi.
Okay. And what, so since the pandemic hit, how has Kenya been affected? What have you heard about it?
Well, Kenya went to lockdown. Everything was locked completely.
Right.
And they have a curfew. From certain time you are not allowed to be outside outside. You have to be in the house. And because Nairobi is such a busy city, this is really a challenge to most of the people. Because the transportation is really not very good. It finds like some people are outside by the curfew hour. So it's really a challenge to people. And
is that still happening? Has that been the whole time?
Some of that has been restricted now. So it's been open. Like people can go to work, people can go to restaurant and all that stuff. But now they're fearing that it may.
Is it coming back?
Yeah, it's coming back again.
Right.
And it's really very challenging for people because there they don't have like the government welfare
that we have here.
Like we have here. So if everything is locked down, how do people get food and all that stuff, go to work and whatever? It's really very challenging.
So it's a bit of an economic crisis as well.
It is, because people, they work hand to mouth. So if you don't go to work, where do you get money to buy food to feed the kids and all that stuff? It's very tough. And do they have a good healthcare system for the people who do have it? Do you know? Well, it's this is what they say. God for us all, everybody for himself.
God for us all, everyone for himself.
The healthcare system there is if you have money, then you're treated nicely. And you go well. If you are poor, then there's kind of some of the diseases which can be treated here and people don't die. Over there, people die because they don't have money to go to the hospital, to go to the test, to go to X-ray, all that stuff. So if you don't have money, basically it's and
certificate
for death.
So
it's unfortunate.
So if you're poor in Kenya, even if it's coronavirus or anything, you're just much worse off.
It's terrible because even there's no much testing done because
I was wondering about that. Is it easy to have testing?
No. It costs money. So somebody in the village who doesn't have the money, they have money to buy food, not to go for tests. It's
do you know how much it might be?
Well, last time I checked, it was about 10,000 Kenya shillings. Which is about let's say $120.
Really?
Australian dollars.
Right, and we don't even have to pay that here.
Here it's free.
I don't think you have to pay it in the United States. I don't think you have to pay it in most.
It's a lot of money.
So it's like, well, if you have it, well, if you then what is the point of spending that money when you need to eat either way? So and that would make it harder to contain as well, probably because people need to eat. Yeah.
But on the benefit side of it is people don't travel a lot over there because they don't have money to travel.
Yeah.
So the COVID is associated with people who are traveling as much as well.
Right.
So because people don't travel there, so it's in the villages the pandemic didn't really hit very much.
Right.
It hit the cities, the big cities like Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu, all that stuff. But it didn't really go to the villages, and people there just survived.
That's so interesting. So if you're if you're in a place where like the bus doesn't come,
then
you might be okay.
So you just struggle for money to buy food.
You just don't have. You just poor, but you don't have to worry as much about the virus because it's not as many people coming in.
And because they did this curfew thing, so people from the city were not traveling up country.
Right.
Yeah. So the disease did actually spread in the villages as such.
Yeah.
But in the city it was hit.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who's had it?
No.
Actually, okay, nobody. Right.
Nobody.
That's good.
Although in the news people have died of COVID-19 and all that. But specifically I've not seen anybody.
That's good.
Or I've not been told of anybody who actually died of COVID-19.
Yeah, because it says, this was just my notes from a few days ago, over 63,000 cases and over 1,000 deaths. But that's not, compared to a lot of places, and it's ranked 76th in the world. That's not a huge number, but also there might not be as much testing and stuff like that as well.
And those are just the reported ones. I think there are some which are not reported. And
and I was going to, what do you think? So do you think that Australia has handled the pandemic better than Kenya?
Yes.
Yeah,
because of the lockdown. And because of that as well, the Australian government, they have welfare.
Exactly. That's all you have to say.
So you can stay at home and still go to the bank and get money, buy food and whatever. So you are locked. You are locked. You don't do anything, but you still have money in the bank. So I think they've handled it nicely. So at the moment, touch wood, we've got zero coronavirus.
We have like hardly any cases in Australia for a while.
No,
I've almost stopped watching the numbers, which is crazy.
So they've really handled it, but it drives the recession because they pour money to a lot of things happening. So in the side of healthcare, it's good because a lot of people didn't die, but on the economic side, it's terrible because we are in recession. So it's,
and that makes things harder, and there's more depression, and there's suicide, and all kinds of things. So it is complex.
Very complex.
Do you was there any protests? Like, I know Australia has had a few protests in different capacities. Is there any civil unrest or anything like that in Kenya?
It was a small bit because if everything was locked, and people depend on the businesses, like you have to go buy food and everything is locked. So the people are telling the government, can you please open up the business, open up whatever, so people can go to work, people can get some money to buy food and all that stuff. There was a little bit of protest, but on the other side, the government were telling them, okay, if we open up and people are not disciplined as much, social distance and wearing of the mask and all that stuff, where are we going to end up? So it sort of, they try to make a bit of sense there as well. But still people are saying, no, we want food. The government is not feeding us. How can we? Even now, the kids are not going to school because pandemic is still there.
So they're still not in school.
Wow. And,
interesting.
So if it's massive pandemic, how are they going to, the virus is spreading everywhere, how are they going to control? So the easier way is just to lock everything down, put people in their homes, and
Right. Okay, I didn't realize so there's the curfew, but there's still businesses are shut down, and kids still not in school, and
kids are not to school,
and that would be hard. Is there Zoom learning or anything like that?
Well, it's for people who are rich.
Yeah,
They zoom around because they've got internet at home. They can do that. But imagine the people in the village who doesn't know what the internet is. They don't go to school. There's no internet and all that stuff. So it's just like this year is a bit wasted for them.
For sure.
I think they have to repeat one class or something like that.
They might. I mean, and what are they doing at home, especially if they don't have internet? I guess maybe play outside.
Play outside or something like that. And this one actually brought another issue for the teenage girls. You see, because they don't have anything to do. They don't go to school. What else do they think? Now this early kind of pregnancy started to emerge from the villages and all that
That's
stuff.
That's what the woman from Mozambique was saying.
It's as well. Really, this epidemic was really bad for everything. For family, for business, for
the future of women and men and everything.
So a lot of girls dropped out because they couldn't go to school and they started this small affair. They had pregnancy. And so a small girl has got a child and they can't go to school, or if they go to school, they have to find somebody to look after them. Their kids and all that stuff. So it's really terrible.
So there was a bit of when the people started protesting a little bit, the government was kind of like, well, we'll try to help you out, but you've got to follow protocol.
Yes.
So did people wear a lot of masks and stuff like that?
Yes. Okay. People started wearing a lot of masks, and then if you don't have one, I think there was an instant fine you're given.
Oh, really?
Like that.
You get fined?
Or the police can arrest you.
Oh my goodness.
So, and that one also brought a lot of small businesses. People starting making their mask, cheaper mask. Those masks from the government, it was
more expensive,
and people can make the mask from out of clothes, and business started, and it was cheap for even from the village people. They could afford to buy it. So people started wearing
a bit of entrepreneurial.
And then the curfew was actually a bit lifted, so instead of people should be home by 9 o'clock, so they said, okay, you can stay until maybe 10 or something like that. Some of the businesses like the restaurant and bars were open, but there were like limits. You can't just go and stay there forever. How you feel like. So some of those things were opening now.
Interesting. I don't know how much about Kenya at all. I know that Obama is from Kenya. That's about the extent of my knowledge of Kenya. So tell me what is when it's not a pandemic and you grew up there. So what was it like growing up in Kenya?
Well, Obama's parent, the father.
He's not from Kenya. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want to start any controversies. He was born in Hawaii. Obama was born in Hawaii. We know that.
Obama was born outside Kenya. So the father actually came. The father is from Kenya. He went to the US for study and also something like that, and then he got married, and then Obama Jr. was born. So Kenya is actually a very it's a Christian kind of country. We have a lot of Christian, the Muslim on the southern coast of it. And we are raised like Christian. It's a democratic country. The president is elected. We don't have a lot of wars there. So it's really very good growing up. You can go to Kenya.
I would love to.
It's very safe.
Shivangi's mentioned it to me as well. It's pretty safe to travel around.
It's very safe.
And you said they speak English, so
they speak everywhere. They speak English. And we speak Swahili, which everybody can speak. And then if you go to school now, you learn speaking English.
So you can speak Swahili and English.
I can speak Swahili and English, and I've got all my dialect as well, which is called Doluo, which Obama can speak as well. Obama's father is from my village.
Really?
But I don't claim Obama.
And it's so Christian. They speak Swahili. They speak English. Good. So they're teaching English in the schools. Cool. I don't know a lot about it, but I would love to learn a little bit. Like, I'd love to go visit next time.
It's good. We have a lot of the animals there. We have the safari there. You can go on safari. We have very big, good hotels. And so it's very good.
Is there a famous Kenyan dish?
But yes, we have.
As a vegetarian, I don't know if I can eat it, but
well, it's called nyama choma.
Nyama choma.
Nyama choma is beef which is roasted nicely.
Okay.
In charcoal.
All right.
So that's really very good. Everybody who goes there eat it. Yeah.
So I have to give up being a vegetarian if I go there.
I don't know why you are vegetarian. Why did you even decide to be a vegetarian?
I just don't miss it. So, I wanted to. I guess, and this is a bit of a surprise question, so you don't have to answer, but you came to the University of Newcastle to study business.
Yes.
So maybe do you want to comment on a business perspective, the pandemic, and what you might, like, do you think it's going to be, we're going to be resilient? You think we're going to be in trouble for a long time with everything that's happened, I guess?
Well, the recession we are just coming out of a recession.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, in Kenya, even people don't know the word recession.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, my business is closed. Now I'm not getting money, you see? Where is money? I want the people to come, you see? But people don't have money. So money is just in the small privilege kind of people. But back here in Australia is we are in a recession. We're just coming out of recession business wise, and some of the houses are being sold now. People are selling their houses. People are putting their houses in
a lot of real estate stuff happening actually over here
in market. So I think we're coming out of recession, and initially people were just staying at home, not spending the money because they were just like, okay, let's get it. Let's save. The government was giving money. Let's save. They were just buying food. People are not going to buy gold or go for tour or whatever, traveling. Everything was closed. So the business was really doing badly.
But you reckon now, maybe because people actually have savings a little bit now.
So come December, everybody will go buy everything they want.
There'll be a huge boom.
Everybody will go because they have money now. They have saved, and now the virus is sort of is not there. So people are not afraid to go out and eat in the restaurant and buy stuff for their kids and something like that.
Lucky,
buy a little bit of.
But maybe not yet in Kenya.
No, in Kenya it's like it's still not happening because the pandemic is still there. So for them to come out of this pandemic, they have to really control themselves. They have to follow the government. Instruction to wear the mask, to keep the distance, and all something like that. So it's still a long way to go. So I'm seeing until maybe February, March. There is when things will be under control. But at the moment, it's just
Could you go back to Kenya if you wanted to now? Like, would that be possible?
It's not possible now. Because everything is shut down. There are no flights from Australia. Although some other countries they have flights to Kenya.
But so you could go to like Dubai or something maybe, and then go from I don't know how you would get.
No. From Australia there are no flights outside Australia to other countries.
Right.
But if there's flight, I can go to Kenya. I know how to keep distance. I can wear a mask. But because there are no flights now to Kenya from here,
it's too much work. So you might have to find a flight, and then actually, I don't know if you could go anywhere but Kenya if you tried to leave Australia. Like, I think I could go to the U.S. as an American citizen, and then from there maybe go other places because America's open. But I don't know if you're, as an Australian and Kenyan, you might be able to get a flight to Kenya, but I don't know if they would let you leave Australia to go anywhere but Kenya. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I've not really tried it. But what I know now is there are no flights from Australia to anywhere, which will start operating. I'm not sure when. It's tough. But even the borders are closed from outside there. If you come back, they're only allowing Australian citizens to come in. And then you go to quarantine for 2 weeks, and then you have to pay it for yourself. It's very expensive.
It is. It is not the time to be going overseas. And unfortunately, it's sad because in some ways, I would have liked to go on home earlier, but it's just one of those things. Have you found, despite all the strangeness, and I'm glad your family is okay, but I know it's hard in different ways, but do you think that there's going to be any positives, any silver linings, any good things that are going to be a result of this year?
That's a good question. Yeah, maybe, but not very soon.
Yeah.
In the next 2-3 months, when things settle down. Yeah, but at the moment, because there's very uncertainty about this coronavirus in Kenya. Yeah. So it's not very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
But also it depends. Although it's not mentioned, but in Kenya we have classes of people. We have the rich, we have the poor. The rich people actually start doing, they're doing something.
Yeah.
They go out, they have dinner,
right.
they have the restaurant. The poor people are not allowed, they can't even go there. Not that they're not allowed. They can't afford they can't afford to go there. So their life basically is just going home, go look for something to eat, and then go back home, or something like that. So the business is not the way they want. It's just like, okay, if we get something to eat, that's
the main thing.
That's enough for us, because the kids are not going to school, so what else do they have to do? So it's just look for food and come back, feed the kids, and try to survive.
And you were saying there's lots of places in Kenya. You were saying, I think before we started recording, they don't even know what the internet is.
No.
Necessarily.
Yeah.
Do you think they know in like these villages, like they're aware that it's a big pandemic, like a global thing, or is it more of just kind of a follow the government?
They know there's coronavirus spreading, but maybe they've not even seen anybody suffering from corona. Because it's the village there. It's like before they see a car passing around, it's like 2-3 months.
Really?
So they know there's a corona because of the news, because we have very clear, we have these dialect radio stations where they speak their languages. I think they are told that there's this kind of disease going on.
So they don't have the internet, but they do have good radio.
They could have radio. Cool. Radio is free. You just need to put battery and then it works.
Right.
So but the internet, it costs money. So for people who just wanted to go shop, buy food and eat, they don't need to have the internet. It doesn't benefit them at all.
Well, I don't know if it even benefits, in the United States and stuff like that. I think it divides people sometimes. It spreads fear. I talked to one girl I interviewed from India was saying that there's like a person in each town that is the informed, and that people in the village go to the person and ask them what's going on, and they put their trust and their faith. And it sounds as though India actually, I know that it's like third in the world, like it's not great, but there's a trust that the government is trying to look after them, whereas in like US and probably to a degree Australia, there's so much information and conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I almost think there's too much and people don't necessarily know who to believe. So
there's only information if you can read them. If you can't read
that's right.
Why do you want to?
So you reckon some people can't even
some people can't read and write. They just the main concern is, can they sleep? Do they have roof over their head? Can they eat? Can they can they buy food and eat? That's really the basic stuff. But they don't want to know who's suffering from corona, who has brought in the village or something like that. It's none of their concern. They just want food. Food, accommodation and shelter, something like clothes to wear. They're not concerned about where did this corona come from and what it is exactly.
It's almost in some ways, and I'm seeing this more and more, kind of it's a luxury that we consider it a problem. You know what I mean? Because I think some people it's just not even something that they can afford to worry about, but so. We are very concerned if like I work, my office has got 300 people. So imagine if you have the virus and come in the office, the whole office will shut, and it's because of you. So you tend to don't even go where there's a lot of people. So you just go home and then you go to work so that you don't spread the virus. So that's why people are safe here, because they don't want to be the one. It's true. I have the fear. There is a fear. There is a fear that you would be the super spreader. That you would be the one that would infect the whole town. So that is a powerful thing too.
So you go to work, from work you go home. If you have to go to buy whatever food, you just try to make sure that you go to the right time where there are not many people. So and people are so much aware of this virus. Over there, it's some even don't believe that there's corona.
Oh, right, okay.
They're like, what is this? I've not had it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a flu. If you are sick, you just go take some tablets or some traditional medicine, and then you are cool.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard if you can't read and if you don't have information, and you just kind of, the main thing is that you can eat, and then hopefully not spread it, I guess. But each country, it's so interesting how each country has dealt with it differently. I think, thank you so much for your time today, John. I appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, I think we've discussed most of it.
We've done a lot of things. Yeah.
So, thank you for having me.
No worries. And we'll put a link to your YouTube channel so people can see what you're up to.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
Bye.